believe in peace. Salam shalom. Peace, salam shalom. Peace, salam shalom. Peace, salam shalom. Thank you. Thank you.
In Livermore, our air, our land, and the groundwater aquifer beneath us and beneath our homes has been contaminated by nuclear weapons activities at Livermore Lab. As you heard, it's a Superfund cleanup site on the EPA's list of most contaminated sites in the country. Further, there are 7 million people living within 50 miles of where we're gathered today. 7 million of us, and all of us are potential radiation victims. According to Dr. Robert Siviak, who analyzed the weapons budget for Tri-Valley Cares, the fiscal year 2012 budget request for nuclear weapons activities is 21% more than Ronald Reagan's biggest weapons budget and 19% more than George W. Bush's highest spending level, adjusted for inflation. Nuclear weapons may not be on the 6 o'clock news anymore, but they are still here. It will take all of us to stop them and to turn this country around. As for Livermore Lab, 89% of its more than $1.2 billion will be spent on nuclear weapons activities in the coming year. This means the continued research and development of new and modified U.S. nuclear weapons, even as we close schools, libraries, and health services, because we supposedly don't have enough money. I'm here to tell you, the Pentagon and the nuclear weapons industry have our money. And the dangers of continuing nuclear development are not limited to the horrific amounts of money that they consume, as bad as that is. There are other devastating impacts as well. In Livermore, our air, our land, and the groundwater aquifer beneath us and beneath our homes has been contaminated by nuclear weapons activities at Livermore Lab. As you heard, it's a Superfund cleanup site on the EPA's list of most contaminated sites in the country. Further, there are 7 million people living within 50 miles of where we're gathered today. 7 million of us, and all of us are potential radiation victims. Accidents that Tri-Valley Cares has been able to document, and this was with at Livermore Lab, show that they have released 1 million curies of radiation into our air. 1 single curie is a large amount of radiation equal to 37 billion radioactive disintegrations per second. And that 1 million curies of radiation has gone wherever the winds have carried it. After one particular accident here, Livermore Lab scientists told me they tracked the tritium plume, and tritium is the radioactive hydrogen of the hydrogen bomb. They tracked it all the way to Fresno. I want to thank you with my whole heart, each and every one of you, for coming here this evening. Your presence here physically links Hiroshima and Nagasaki with Fukushima and with this nuclear weapons lab. We stand today in solidarity with the radiation victims of the U.S. atomic bombing of Japan, with the victims of the radiation still spewing from the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear weapons plant, with the victims of uranium mining and the nuclear cycle worldwide, and with the victims in communities around the nuclear bomb sites in the U.S. and other nuclear weapon states, including here. And our solidarity with radiation victims, as we've named our program From Hiroshima to Fukushima to Livermore, reaches beyond our personal sympathy to something even deeper, and I would say even more powerful, to the absolute understanding and the absolute conviction that we must, in our lifetimes, even with our last breath, abolish nuclear weapons and nuclear power. In our community, in our state of California, in our country, and in our world. It is to that that I dedicate myself, and that I ask you to dedicate yourself and your actions in the coming year. Again, thank you for coming to my community tonight.